So back in February of this year, I went on a quick 5-day holiday to Copenhagen in Denmark. And since I always like to find new places to travel to, I thought it might be good to do a bit of a traveler's review of the city. First things first, is it expensive? Yes, it is definitely one of the more pricier countries in Europe that I've been to. The food and the accommodations were more expensive than they were here in Austria, but not by a huge amount. Denmark uses the Danish krone, but I was able to get around using just my debit card, and I never used any physical money while I was there. I do really have to recommend getting something called the Copenhagen card though. You pay a set amount depending on how many days you need it for, then you download an app and you have access to all public transportation as well as over 80 attractions within Copenhagen. Speaking of public transportation, will you be able to get around in Copenhagen without a car? Yes, absolutely. The buses and the trains are very well connected and run pretty frequently. It's also a good city to walk around in, you just have to watch out for the bikes. Will you be able to get around in Copenhagen speaking only English? Yes, that shouldn't be a problem. All of the staff in the more touristy areas and shops and restaurants did speak very good English, as did most of the people I met there. What are the people like there? Well, I know Scandinavians have a bit of a reputation for being kind of cold, but everyone I met was really friendly and very helpful, and I only had good experiences. And lastly, what are the places that I would personally recommend that you see? Well, all of these are on the Copenhagen card. There's a lot of palaces and museums. I checked out Rosenborg Castle as well as Amalienborg Museum, both of which were very interesting. Personally, I love a good botanical garden, and the one in Copenhagen was lovely. Granted, it was winter, so it might have been better to go in a different season. And also keep in mind, you do have to pay if you're going to see the greenhouses there. An absolute highlight for me was the canal tour, which is when you get taken on a boat ride that lasts about an hour, while a guide explains all of the attractions and the sights that you see around you. And you also get taken by the most famous Danish statue, the Little Mermaid. And my number one must-see recommendation is technically not in Copenhagen, but is in Roskilde, which is close enough to get to by train, and is on the Copenhagen card. It is the Viking Ship Museum. If you're at all interested in history or on Vikings, you definitely have to see this, especially since they are still actively making boats and ships there, as well as doing research on things that have been excavated in the area. Plus, they have a great gift shop. And now the big questions. Do I think it was worth the money, and would I go back? It is a definite yes to both of those. I had so much fun, and there was so much to do and see. If you have any questions about Copenhagen, leave them in the comments, and I will try to get back to you.